Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let us send praise and gratitude to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His blessing and gift so that we can meet this afternoon. Salawat and salam, let us honor Prophet Muhammad SAW, who has demonstrated us from the rain and generated the realm of light. First of all, I respect to Mrs. Farani and for you the opportunity that has been given to presentation the rest of my work. Okay, right away. Okay, the outline. 1. Meaning of hadith. 2. Position of hadith. 3. Function of hadith. 4. Element of hadith. And the last kind of hadith. What is hadith? Terminology called hadith interpreted as the word and occasion of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Meanwhile, in language, hadith means word, confession, or speaking. Hadith is the foundation of Islamic law after the extent of the Quran. Because the hadith bear its elaboration of the meaning connected by the sacred text. Hadith is information about the behavior, speech, halal and takrir. Hadith also commonly referred to as sunnah, which is the term which means all the words, activities, and discussion and the approval of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, which are used and guidelines for Islam, and the foundation is Islamic law. 2. Position of hadith. Hadith in Islam has important meaning. Hadith is the sources of the second law of the Quran. Al-Quran will be difficult for making to believe without the intervention of the hadith. Using the Quran without taking hadith as weight and legal, but this is something that is not good. Because the Quran is difficult to understand without using hadith. Regarding the possession of hadith, other than the Quran being the teaching of Muslim, the Quran is like the first root and the second source, hadith, because both are relevant and difficult to spread the Quran and hadith. Function of hadith. 1. Treated and the first, the law mentioned the Quran of the virtues of takfir and takid. B. Explain what the means in the Quran in relation of the following. She provides as detailed description of what is mentioned of the Quran, explaining in ambiguous meaning in the Quran, explain the meaning of something mentioned in the Quran, and the last, reception on what is mentioned in the Quran. Okay, element hadith. 1. Sanad. What is sanad? Sanad means to rely on, support, to rely on, to be embedded and trusted. And the status because hadith depend on the when there are difference of opinion on several matters. 2. Matan. Matas in language mean back the pathway. Interest of the matan is the connected of the hadith as well as message from the words, trees, takri, or even of the prophet after and of the sanad. 3. Rawi. Rawi are people who share or write down what the received teacher and the book. Kind of hadith. 1. Hadith sahih, interested to the prophet whose reference are linked, attribute to the true narrators and debate until now ending in the sanad. No donation and not alert. This language means healthy, safety, truth, and legality. 2. Hadith Hasan. The level of the hadith is below the authentic hadith. Hadith don't contain false information and the conflict with hadith and the Quran. Don't have ambiguous information and they have manisana. 3. Hadith daif. Hadith daif, hadith that don't meet the requirements of the authentic and hadith. This is indeed attribute that the prophet, but the narrator of the hadith don't have strong aberration of credibility or there is broken lineage of the chains. So the conclusion is hadith is second source of the Islamic law after the Quran, and it's also great and legal education that content of the meaning of the Quran. Hadith is second origin of Islamic law. Muslim great to occasion after the Quran. For people where they believe that the Quran is the origin of Islamic law, it is natural to be impulsive to believe in hadith as of the rule. For people who deny the validity of hadith on basic of Islamic rule, they are not only sinful but also opposite from the law. Okay, finally, before I close this presentation, there are good hadith. Waman salaka torikan yastamisu fihi ilman salaka Allahu lahu bihi torikan ilal jannah. The meaning is, however follows a path to search knowledge, Allah will make the path to paradise easy for him. Okay, maybe that's all I can say more. I'm so sorry. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.